Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quite a curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrote its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books a crease of sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the raided maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain filled me with the fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door." Some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. "'Tis it is, and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into the darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely this is something at my window lattice. Let me see, and what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart beat still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least ambience made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but, with mind of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Thou thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, art sure no craving, ghastly graven and ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quote the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though it answers little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculpted bust above his chamber door, with such name as nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock in store, caught from some unhappy master whom unmercifully disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his song's one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore, of never, nevermore. But the raven still begulling all my fancies into smiling, straight I wheeled and cushioned seat in front of bird, and busting door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking, what this omnious bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt and omnious bird of yore, meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight and gloating o'er she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by seraphim whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God had lent thee, by these angels he had sent thee respite, respite and nephlim from the memories of Lenore. Queef, oh queef, this kind of painth and forget this lost Lenore. Quote the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God who both adore. Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distance aided, it shall clasp a sainted maiden whom these angels name Lenore. Clasps a rare and rated maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Quote the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I strike it up starting. Get thee back into thy tempest in the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plum as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quite the bust above my door. Take thy big from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quote the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door. And his eyes have all the seemings of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight orb, his streaming throws his shadows on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore.